killed her.
They were married at the school?
Yeah, but they had been dating for 4 years. I mean, hey, we're on the air. Thanks for the cue. Hey, I'm Louis Dix.
I'm Jeff Arnold.
There is no TDP, and he texted us early. He had something to do. I don't know what he had to do. I mean, this is the most important thing for him to do. But what's the name of the show?
In a Man's World.
So tighten up your belts, whatever he says. So that means we probably have a really good sports segment today.
He's not being deposed or anything.
He's not in. I
no
remember
legal trouble or nothing.
They used to say when Johnny Mack was gone, he's not in mandatory college. But no, I'm pretty. No, he was.
No
they don't let you
depositions or
text.
nothing?
They don't let you text from jail, so he's not in jail.
No, so,
'Cause he texted me this morning, so he had something to do, probably with his nieces.
Oh, okay.
Or he had to handle something. Probably had a uncle niece meeting at school.
Or Easter egg hunt for Easter.
Yeah, that's good. So, that's good. That's good. It is. Happy. I don't know if you say Happy Good Friday.
Just Good Friday.
Good Friday and Passover. Is it still Passover?
Yeah.
So all that stuff, and Easter's coming up. So all you people who never go to church, go on and get ready and got your Easter outfits. That used to be a big thing for us.
Yeah.
Getting the Easter outfit.
Going shopping like this was the week you go shopping. For
And you get your
suit, your Easter suit,
and your suit that you could wear like. Turn it, reverse it, and all that. I'm from that era.
You got 7 pieces.
Yeah. But you got shoes.
Yeah, all of that. The top.
Sock. Yeah, I mean that was tie and
the lapel for the and the handkerchief.
Your sisters got their dresses.
Yeah.
And your dad, that is
for an hour in church.
Yep. But you used to get dressed early.
And wear it all day.
All day.
Because you had to make the rounds.
Then you finally had to go put on your play clothes.
Yeah, after you get to the house.
Yeah, and you go eat. And then I remember ham. I mean, the food was good. Devil's eggs. I mean.
Oh, yeah. The homemade cooked biscuits.
All that stuff that I
don't eat now.
Right. We used to eat on Easter.
Yeah, so, yeah. It's
not the same now. I remember in our family, when we had Easter, we, my kid's mom used to get some flour and make the little bunny feet like the bunny really came.
Oh, okay. Did y'all used to have the Easter egg hunt?
In the baskets, yeah, and all that. So she used to actually put it out, and the kids went for that. Lou mentioned that this morning. Remember Mom used to with the Easter egg hunt and all that? And I'm like, yeah.
Y'all had that?
Yeah, it
was growing up?
Not us.
No, I mean when the kids were growing up?
No, my mom wouldn't waste flour. That.
Yeah, there you go. waste a dozen eggs.
Yeah, we ain't wasting flowers like that. So, Easter egg hunt was go find his cigarettes, my uncle's cigarettes. If you found his cigarettes, you got
the little 50
cents, yeah.
Yeah.
They used to hide real stuff. But yeah, so shout out to all you young kids with the Easter bunny, and I like the tone of the day. It's always a good day. Something about holidays. I like the tone of like Christmas,
peaceful.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Serenity.
Yeah, it's just a
laid back day.
Yeah, it's just a nice day where people actually go out of their way to be nice.
It's taking forever to get here, though.
Easter?
Yes.
I mean, it was just January. We just celebrating New Year's Eve.
I mean, we almost to May.
My birthday's coming up, so.
Oh, when is that?
May 5th.
Oh, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Any big plans?
No, Code 3 and I going to, we got a little trip planned.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a little jazz festival going up, kind of like the week before. So we're going to go to a little jazz festival, her and her friends. None of my friends, but her and her friends.
Oh, so you're the fifth wheel?
No, I'm good in my space because there's some other guys going, and I like those guys. It's a couple dudes that's
so this is
with
a couple
retreat. Yeah, one's a Raider fan. He's a real dude. One's another dude that's they. I like them.
Oh, okay.
When we first met, we all right, that clicked because we But yes, Sunday, I went to Ron Barnes Church in Riverside.
No, I've never heard of it.
How
was that?
It was what happened was this is what happens when you get caught up and you really care for someone. You do. Is
this
things.
A church that she frequents?
No, this is a friend of hers. Her friend. What happened was
invited.
A couple days before, she said, "Hey, we got to go help such and such move some of her stuff. She's moving to a different complex, which is around the corner."
Oh, okay.
And we got to help her pack. She's moved, and what I was told was she moved all the big stuff, and we gotta help her move her stuff and then kind of clean up the place, and so she can get her deposit back. And we're gonna go to church first and all that. So, and it was early. I'm not good early.
Right, you said that. So all this is in Riverside.
Yeah, way out there, past Corona and stuff.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So did you spend the night or did you drive?
No. We got up left at 8:30.
Oh, okay.
And
it's not early.
So, huh? That was early for me.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we get up early, then get dressed for church. We drive out. We have to pick up one of our other girlfriends who's going to help, and then we go pick up the girl who we're helping, and I'm driving, and then we drive to church.
Wow, you all in. All right.
Yeah. And what irritated me was, one of the things that irritated me is the friend that we were helping was on the phone with a couple of other people, and she kept saying who was helping her and in the car with her. And she kept saying Code 3's boyfriend. She kept using that word. And I wanted to say, yo, stop, take me out of your conversation.
Right.
You know, don't.
And she referenced you as Code 3 boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
She said, and boyfriend, he's helping.
Oh, okay.
And all I heard, the other person snickering, he a sucker. You know, it's this sucker. You know, what sucker is helping y'all move? You know, because it was really a woman's trip. And Code 3 realized I was a little irritated because I didn't say anything. And then he was like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just tired. It's early. It's 3 women in the car. I really don't have anything to say. You guys have your conversation. Women won't let men just let me drive.
Right. And you know,
I'm going to drive and carry everything that's heavy.
Right.
You all 3 just stop trying to include me. That's what a gay man is for. A gay man can be in the conversation.
Wow. Okay, girl.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I feel you.
As a man, I don't need to be in you guys' conversation.
Right. Take me out, like you said. Take me out.
Yeah. Let me just drive and listen to this music and get where I got to go and drop you off and open the door for y'all and all that. Now, I don't need to participate like that.
Now, what music was you listening to? Gospel?
Yeah, it was church on the way. You know.
Wow. You just all in.
Yeah.
So you can't even get your own music.
I'm with you on that. But I did that, and
wow.
And then what was more irritating was I didn't really like the church. The pastor he had been on TV and all that, and he was
Preachers of L.A. Was he on that show?
Yeah, a little short one looked like one of the Whispers.
With the big mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. He's an ex-Crip.
I guess.
Yeah, ex-gangbanger. Yeah. Round Barnes. The name rang. And
I didn't feel any of that. We have a caller? Yeah, caller.
Hey, man. Happy fucking bunny catching out here, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, man? How's everything?
Hey, man. Everything low. You know what I'm saying?
How did that? We were wondering how that worked out. Did you do what you have to do as far as talking to your girl and working towards getting that back together?
Oh yeah, Lou. You know what I mean? I'm on the cloud with that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just floating in slow motion with that right there. But everything else besides that, you know what I'm saying? I got the motherfucking steel laid down on the ground. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, really go to work on other things. You know what I'm saying?
You got your baby's Easter clothes and stuff together?
What? Lou, come on, man.
Your daughter. Don't you got to have Easter clothes?
One step at a time, man.
Lou, man, come on, Lou. Are you talking about, first of all, how the fuck did a fucking rabbit lay a fucking egg, Lou?
I'm
What are we talking about?
I mean, that's just the whole Easter thing. Some people are...
I don't know. I don't get down with that shit, Lou.
Your daughter...
If my daughter want to go out there and go fucking hunt for some eggs and shit, then let her go do it. You know what I mean? But I ain't motherfucker about to sit here and be out there with her doing that shit.
Come on. You can't be that cold. You got to participate.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, you trying to be hard, but I know darn well you on your knees talking about, baby, I think it's here. You're getting closer. You're getting warmer. Come on now.
You put on a bunny outfit and all of that. Come on.
With your Hennessy in your back pocket. Come on.
Lou, the first time when my son was like, when he was about 4 years old, my baby mama, she was like, let's go to the mall, get pictures with Santa Claus. I said, all right. I did the shit just to do it, right? After waiting in line, taking the pictures, I look at the fucking picture. I couldn't take it no more. One fucking night, I grabbed that fucking picture and I just fucking cut the fucking white man out the fucking picture. I can't do these fucking holidays, Lou.
Well,
the Easter Bunny, the little leprechaun guy, the Cupid, the naked baby with the fucking bow and arrow, Lou. Naked baby with wings and a fucking bow and arrow. I can't do these fucking holidays. These holidays are fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? They're just stupid, Lou.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Easter is like what? The celebration of the fertility of the female, right? So why don't we just motherfucking
I thought it was
go spend Easter with a woman and just have sex with a woman and appreciate her womb and her vagina?
Well,
why we got to be out here with fucking bunnies and eggs?
Hold up. You kind of threw us for a second because Jeff and I looked at each other when you said that. We were under the understanding that Easter was about the resurrection of Christ coming back.
The resurrection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Lou. The resurrection? No, Lou. Easter is about the fertility of the female, Lou. You know what I'm saying? The Easters, man. You know what I'm saying? The new year, man. The new fucking... The alignment of the stars and the fucking planets and shit, Lou.
Poetess.
Poetess on the phone.
Poetess on the phone. Okay.
She in her own world.
Well, hold up. We have to look up what...
The true meaning
of Easter.
What it is.
Poetess. What is the true meaning? What is Easter? He's saying Easter is about...
The fertility of women.
Fertility of woman.
Yeah. What the hell has Jesus got to do with an egg?
Hold on, because my understanding, I'm confused about...
You confused.
I'm not a religious person.
Right.
But I always thought Easter was about...
It was the resurrection of Christ.
Yeah. Good Friday was when it happened, right?
Yeah. He died and he was on the cross for 3 days. So.
Yeah, he was on the cross for 3 days, and then he rose...
No, man, Jesus is the metaphor, man. You know what I'm saying? Jesus is the metaphor of the sun in the sky. What? What are we talking about?
That's what we're trying to get. Poetess is going to fact.
What Sunday school did y'all go to, man?
I went to public school, so maybe that's why I'm trying to get some clarity.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even though you sound crazy, you might be on point. Because most crazy people...
I sound crazy.
No.
You're talking about a white man dying on the cross in the desert. What the hell?
I know, I'm with you. I mean, I don't know. I'm being honest. I don't know.
This man, you think I sound crazy? This man was 33 years old. He ain't never had no pussy. I mean, chocha. I'm sorry.
Wait, no. Poetess is going to help us out.
Poetess, what Poetess doing?
She's kind of Googling the whole thing about... Now, how is your baby girl? While Poetess looks that up.
Oh, my baby girl, man, she is, what the hell is she? 6 years old, yeah.
Now, how old is your son?
My son just turned 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's going through that soft stage.
I mean...
8, 9, and 10, and 11, usually that 10...
I don't put my shit on my kids, you know what I'm saying? I let them, as far as being a father, I'm a father, but I don't try to, teach them about religion and what white people said and shit, you know what I'm saying, 500 years ago.
Now, how often do you see your son? Is your son and daughter by the same mom?
Oh, yeah. Look,
okay, good. So you spend different times with your son and your daughter. What is it like now that your son is 10 years old? What are you seeing in him? Is he an athlete?
My son, yeah, he's an athlete. He just made the honor roll. He got straight A's, but he's a dork, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Good.
Well, good. The honor roll is good.
He got a little bit of his father's craziness. You know what I'm saying? When he get mad, he be crying like not like a baby, but he be crying like a wild motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like he ready to kill somebody and shit, ready to tear shit up. So, you know what I'm saying? He's just a boy.
Now, how do you discipline? How do you discipline him? Do you whip him? Do you talk to him? Do you give him time out?
Man, I whipped my son I probably whooped that boy probably about 4 times in his whole life.
Oh, good.
Like, now I don't have to whoop him no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, he already know. You know what I mean?
And you've never whooped your daughter?
Hell no. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, first of all, she never has done anything to deserve a whooping like that. But you know what I'm saying? If I had to discipline her, you know what I'm saying? I just know, you know, how to, you know, take away her you know, the things that she like to do and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, I don't know what they like to do at 6, except now. Does your son have any buddies, friends?
Oh yeah. My son is a neighborhood Tupac-ish. He knows everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Neighborhood Tupac.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, you know, I got it'd be like 14-year-old kids knocking at the door, 10-year-old kids knocking at the door, little girls knocking at the door. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. A little girl. So he's
man.
into girls already?
Oh yeah. My son, you know what I'm saying? He already got. I think he on his second girlfriend right now.
Second girlfriend. Poetess, you didn't find it yet? I just want to know what Easter stand. What is it? What is the definition?
Well, Easter is the Christian word, man. You know what I'm saying? The word Easter, I think it comes from. I can't remember, man. Easter or some shit. Cause you know you got the solstice shit, and you got the Easter and all that shit. All that shit, Luke.
Okay, here she is. She's going to give us the meaning.
Well, the Christian meaning is the resurrection of Christ. So that's when Christ raised from the dead.
Right.
It's also considered a pagan holiday, and it represents the Teutonic goddess of spring and fertility.
Oh, so
I
you're
guess
right.
That's why the whole egg thing is incorporated with it.
So he was right. So yeah, okay.
Now that pagan shit though, I think they referring to like what, the Greeks or some shit,
right?
Because it goes back before the Greeks.
Yeah, it says these words are derived from the Greek and Latin pascha.
Yeah,
for
see,
Passover.
Everything on Google and white people history, they always start with the Greeks and shit. But the Greeks got it from somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Greeks ain't come up with this shit on their own. You know what I mean?
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. It was a question I wanted to put out there.
Hey, man, hold on. What is John Lemon doing? What the fuck is going on? You ain't saying nothing, John Lemon. What's going on?
I'm just learning, man. You know, I can learn too, bro.
Yo, man, what's up, man?
The question I wanted to ask you, do you think the person can be a good father if they're broke?
Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? My father was broke.
And what made him a good father? What made him a good father? You knew he was broke? How did you know he was broke?
Because I used to go to his apartment. his shit was worse than my shit.
Yeah. That was a start.
Uh-huh.
My mother used to drop me off over there. I'd be motherfucking trying not to go over there. You know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, goddamn, Pop, you turn the water on your sink. Your shit like it's been peed in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, man, my father, you know what I'm saying? He was my father had issues and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had a rough life, but you know what I'm saying? He was always, trying to be there for me. You know what I'm saying? But
so what did you appreciate about him?
I appreciated his masculinity, man. I don't know how to explain it. Like, my father played basketball with me. You know what I mean? When he wasn't high and fucked up and drunk and running around, he was real normal. You know what I'm saying? I got to see who he really was. So, just playing basketball and riding the bus with him, riding the train with him. Sometimes he would take me on his work days and shit like that. I would go with him, you know what I'm saying? And he just talked to me about real shit. Those moments are, minority moments, compared to the majorities, but those moments are the ones that, stick with me because, I know my father deep down inside, he tried to do the best he could with his life and his situation, but the man been fucked up since he was 13 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is, man. I always choose to look at the brighter side of people, man.
Now, is he still with you or is he gone?
Now, my father, he's supposed to be coming down to Atlanta in a couple of months or something, you know what I mean? But you know how that go and shit, you know what I mean?
Okay, so he's in Atlanta, so you don't see him that often. So he
in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. And your kids know of him though, right?
On the phone, you know what I'm saying?
They've never met him?
Nah, they ain't never met him, man. You know what I'm saying?
So this will be the first time.
So you haven't okay.
When was the last time you saw your dad?
I saw my father in 2012.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I went up to New Jersey and shit. You know what I mean?
And how was that reunion?
Huh?
How was that reunion?
Oh, man, we chilled and, you know what I'm saying, we had a drink like a grown man and shit, you know what I'm saying? We were just kicking it, man, and, you know what I'm saying? That's all. It was cool.
What's the most honest conversation you've had with your dad?
Willie Sweet drop a tear.
Nah, he feeling in for Teeter. Yeah.
Yo, I feel like I'm on Dr. Phil right now. Like, yo, go ahead, look.
No. I just wanted to know because my thing is this. I think men who are older, it's really certain things we want to say to our fathers that we just don't feel like articulating. Like, it's some things, I have some issues with my dad that I wish I could share with him openly and have an honest dialogue, but I just choose not to go there. Some things he did to my mom, you know.
Me too.
You know, it's like I want to say, hey, man, why did you do that? I want to.
I've had that conversation with my dad.
And how did that go?
I mean, it kind of went, you know, my dad has always been brutally honest. So my dad is like, you know, you got to understand, I was a young man from Little Rock, Arkansas, and I moved to Chicago. And he said, you know, the things that I saw coming up and all of that. And it's like when I got a job and I put a suit and tie on, it kind of changed me. And he said women came at me in a lot different way. And he said at the time that he couldn't handle that. So he fell.
Couldn't handle all that pussy he was getting?
Yeah. So he just said he fell prey to that. And he's like, yo, I admit, you know, I cheated on your mom. And I was like, yeah, motherfucker, I know, you know, because you took us around it. And he said, I didn't know how to handle it. Because I know at one point, like the conversations that I had with him, I said, you was juggling women. You had a woman move 2 blocks from where we lived at. And then you had one like maybe a quarter of a mile from where she lived at. So I was like, you was juggling women at the time. He was like, yeah, I was.
And did he say he was sorry to you?
Yeah, he finally said he was sorry. But I mean, me being a middle child, I like had the most balance. I let it go. I forgave. But my older brother, he and to this day, he holds it against him. And my younger brother is like more hostile towards him now. Because my father was like more like, he was a hard line man and he was a disciplinary. So, you know, it was black and white. It was no gray area. It's like either do it this way or it's going to be consequences.
So what's the good thing about that then, John?
I mean, because it brought me up to be, you know, to follow discipline, you know, to humble myself. He taught me, you know, the meaning, you know, the winning, the definition between winning and losing, how to be respectful, how to be mindful. So I mean, like I said earlier, you know, when I joined this show, it's like my dad is to this day, he's my best friend because I can talk to him about anything. I can call him up and say, hey, man, I got this problem. I'm going through this. And ask someone experienced that's been down that path, you know, how do I handle this? You know, what emotions do I apply to this? The one thing I never did see, and it transpired in me, is I never saw my father cry. I never saw him cry. You know, even at my grandmother, at his mom's funeral, he never cried.
I saw my dad cry when he got caught by my mom.
Yeah, see,
I was like, that's fake tears.
But I never seen my dad cry.
You've never seen your dad cry?
Never.
Now, has your son seen you cry?
Hell no.
See, and I think that's what transpires because my son had told me that because my son had came to me and said, you know, you never cry. And I was taught like, you know, men don't cry.
Well, we know that's not true. Men cry.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm a crier. I'm a crier. Now,
John Lemon, though, you know, you gotta. If your daddy, he came out of Little Rock, Arkansas, right?
Yes.
Small
town.
Segregated town.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Went to Chicago, which is like, what is that, the Black Medina? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a big step. It's a big transit.
A lot of women up there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, if I was your father, I'd be like, yo, son, to all my sons, you know, I'd be like telling y'all, like, look, man, I got this big-ass dick. You know what I'm saying? They love it. You know what I'm saying? I was young. I'm from a little small country town in the South. What you want me to do?
I mean, that's what, you know, on the real, that's how he basically came. He was like, you know, when I came and I got out the Army, and I got my job, and I'm in these projects, and I'm selling insurance, and I got this suit on. He like, they just came at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can understand, because my dad, looking at his pictures back then, my dad was a handsome man. My dad looked like Richard Roundtree. You know, and he took that persona.
He had that Native American blood.
Yeah, he took that persona like he was Shaft. And I was like, okay. And I mean, I saw them coming at him. And I'm like, all right. And I mean, you know, so just seeing all of that, you know, harboring all of that as a child, you know, it's just like, all right.
Wow. Now, do you feel, Willie, that you're a good dad?
Oh, hell yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know I'm one of those niggas, man, because my childhood was, I ain't going to say it was traumatic, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't grow up watching my mother get beat up and, you know, or different men coming in and out the house. But the shit that I dealt with, you know what I'm saying? You know, I think a lot of men who become fathers, you know what I'm saying, got some type of fear or something that motivates them to do something
better.
that they father, to do better. Now, if you got a good father, you know what I'm saying, and your father was there from you from day one, all that shit, you know what I'm saying, then you kind of go into your manhood taking a lot of lessons from your father and you just adding your own to it. But, you know, for me, I ain't have that. So a lot of my motivation with my children comes from me trying to do all the things that my father did wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, try to correct that shit. You know what I mean?
Now, that's interesting because I think of, like, we all are in our kids' lives, and I think of some fathers. Do you know any men who have kids who have never met their kids?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And what do you think of those guys?
Right now doing time like that. You know what I mean? What I think about that? Yeah, I think that, like, you know, when I talk to my cousin, man, he just tell me, he don't even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't talk about it. But at the end of the day, the way he is, he built differently than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, his mother and shit was crazy, you know what I'm saying? So, and his father was, you know, back and forth from the islands and shit, you know what I mean, going to New York. So he doesn't have no type of parental connection, you know what I mean? So he built differently than me. But for me, you know what I'm saying, I got those moments here and there with my father. I got my mother, you know what I'm saying? So I got a parental connection, you know what I'm saying, to want to be a parent. But my cousin, he don't, you know what I'm saying? So
now, where is he? Is he in your town?
Nah, he locked up in New Jersey, man.
Oh, I'm talking, like, so, but...
No, I got a buddy that I grew up with, and he had a father in his life. But unfortunately, when he got a girl pregnant and she had twins, when they broke up, it was just that, you know, she played the kids against him. And he just got to the point where he wanted to be a part of their lives. He wanted to be in their lives. But he just didn't want to deal with the bullshit with her. So he just he just said, you know what, fuck it. Like, I don't want to deal with all this shit. He said, I got to go through all of this to spend time with my kids. I got to go through all of this hassle. And you taking me through all of this shit. When I want them, you don't want me to have them. When I do have them, you want them to come back early. And it's just like, he got to the point, like, when they was like 3 years old, because I even was talking, I said, man, you just can't give up like that. He's like, man, fuck that. I ain't going through all that shit. I'm not. And
now, Speedy would have a problem with that, but I feel your boy. I feel how your man feel, though.
Yeah, because when I was going, his kids now are the same age as my son. And I was like going through that, and I was like, yeah, man, but you got to hang in there. He's like, man, I'm not built like you, man. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm like, I'll walk away with this shit. He walked away.
He got that idea of like, yo, I'm having a kid, and I want my children to grow up like this. And so if he can't get that, and then like the baby mamas, you know what I mean, she being, you know, kind of out of line and shit, he just like, fuck it all together then, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it was like instance, like if he was 15 minutes late, the police was there, you know, and he's like, yo, I was only 15 minutes late. I let you know I was running late. You know, now it's my turn to get the kids. Now you telling me I can't. They're not here. They with your moms. And like, you know, like I said, he just got to the point where he just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this shit anymore.
He on the books too?
No, he wasn't on the books. She didn't put him because he was paying. But he just got to the point where he just like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to deal with this shit no more.
Well, that's a sad loss for both of them, for both kids and the dad, because it goes by so fast. I know you remember when your 10-year-old son was first born. Did that go by fast for you, Will?
Hold on, what'd you say?
Did that go past fast? Your son, now that he's 10, you can remember when he was first born. It must have shot.
Oh yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit do go by fast, yo. You ain't lying on that shit.
Yeah.
This shit is like crazy.
That's
you know
part of
what
the
I mean?
reason why you should celebrate Easter with her. Get the bunny.
I'm not doing that.
Hey,
no.
listen.
As a bunny.
Hey, really appreciate you.
Hey, Lou, let me tell you one more thing.
Yeah.
Before I go, man, I got to tell you, I want you to think about this money on the internet. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of businesses out there, people making money off of sex, webcams and shit like that. I want to start up an app with you.
Wait for it.
Right?
Yeah.
Based on, and POTUS can Google this. Just think about it. I'm going to let POTUS tell you the Google definition. It's based on nasophilia. That's nasophilia. That's spelled N as in Natika, ASOPHILIA. And I'm out.
What does that mean?
It's got something to do with the nose.
Right, exactly.
NASA. It got something to do with the nose.
Great call, Willie. I'm glad he's coming around. I mean, we had more information from him. He's just a nice guy. What were you
He's
gonna
opening
say?
up.
What were you going to say, POTUS?
I found another meaning for the Easter. It was originally the celebration of Ishtar, which is pronounced Easter, an Assyrian and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. Her symbols, like the egg and the bunny, were still and still are fertility and sex symbols. After Constantine decided to Christianize the empire, Easter was changed to represent Jesus, but at its roots, it's all about celebration of fertility and sex.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I
So that's
kind of
what
knew
they talk about,
that.
the bunny and sex,
yeah.
and the eggs.
Yeah, I
Okay,
kind of knew that, but, you know.
Like as fucking like rabbits.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I
Feed
was
you like a
thinking
rabbit.
that. I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
I was taught that back, you know, in other teachings, but then, you know, being raised Catholic, they teach you that, you know, this is how Easter was, the symbolizes and all of that.
Wow. I'm Louis Dix.
Jeff Arnold.
And this is TDP's not here today. And thank you, Willie, for filling in for TDP for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That was a good conversation. We were talking about fathers who've never been in their kids' lives, and can you be a good father if you are broke? I think one of the most important things is I mean, it's important to have money and all, is to be present.
Right.
I mean, just be. It's a lot of people who are not rich who are really great parents. Shout out before we go any further, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance last week. One of the great ones died too. Don Rickles.
We didn't talk about him last week?
No. Don Rickles passed.
Well,
Charlie Murphy, man,
57 years old.
Yes.
Funny, just honest, just, you know. If you don't know him, that's your fault. He wrote the movie Norbit. He was on Dave Chappelle's show.
Like Brooklyn and Vampire?
Yeah, and he was Eddie Murphy's older brother. And we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, I want to talk about petty things you have broken up over with someone, that you stopped dating somebody, just the little petty things that you say, that's enough. I'm done.
That's enough?
I'm done, and I'm not. And I've read some really funny petty things. We'll be back. Yeah, you just never know. Hey, one day she's going to actually point to us and say we're starting. I'm Louis Dix.
That's where I come in, stage manager.
Yeah.
Back up.
I'm Louis Dix.
Jeff Arnold.
This is TDP's not here. This is what's the name of the show?
In a Man's World.
In a Man's World. Hey, it's AM version, and all of a sudden I was like, I smell something.
Oh.
Okay. It is a good day today. Beautiful day in LA. A little breezy.
Well, it's gorgeous. Good Friday, man.
Yeah.
A typical LA day.
Yeah, it's Good Friday. Are banks open?
Today, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of businesses are closed.
Well, Good Friday. I mean, you know.
Good Friday.
And tomorrow is like Saturday. That's the worst day. That's like county day.
Why?
First and 15th.
Ah.
Yeah.
But the county people would have gotten their checks
today.
Thursday.
No, today. The mail still, today. The
You still get mail?
Yeah.
And the banks would be crowded today and tomorrow.
And tomorrow, yeah.
And a lot of people be in that 99-cent store.
Oh, man.
They'll be getting that.
Target's going to be packed. Walmart.
Hey, go and feed them kids. It's interesting how many. It's called general relief, right?
Yeah.
GR. It's interesting how many young people are on GR. Before we left, we were talking.
Have you ever been on there?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We were talking about sending our condolences out to the Murphy family. You know, his wife passed earlier. You know, his wife died of cancer, and now he died, of leukemia.
Wow. Yeah.
So shout out to his babies.
Yeah.
Both,
That's what DL has said, that, after every show, he'd jump on a plane and he'd rush back and be with his kids.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And, that was a clip of Charlie Murphy? Oh, okay. Let's see that.
Welcome to the Chinatown. A tang tang, a tang tang. Charlie Murphy! What's up, partner? Darkness, everybody. Everyone, darkness is spreading.
Hilarious. That was, and then there was
That's
one
classic,
with the Prince story, right?
Oh, yeah, with the pancakes, playing basketball.
That was hilarious. And Dave Chappelle talked about that. And peace to your heart, Murphy's family. That's just sad when you lose. 57, man.
Young.
A lot of people just, that was
unexpected there.
Yeah. So was the
Well, no, he had been looking ill for at least a year or so.
Right. They said, but a lot of people thought he had got it. And it was fighting his way back.
Yeah.
I think even when it's expected, it's like death is hard. It's final.
Yeah.
I wonder what him and Eddie's relationship was. Because I know I've noticed in comedy or in entertainment, there's like a lot of civil rivalry, like with the Tory brothers, with Chris Rock and Tony Rock. They sort of have their rivalries. I wonder.
Well, I think it's all natural rivalry with your brothers and sisters because you grew up together and you know each other like nobody else. But they were down for one another because he wrote Norbit, and they were, they grew up before. They became, Eddie was, because from what I read from Unsung, from what I saw from Unsung, that Charlie was in jail or something, and Eddie, when he got out.
I thought he was a cop.
No. When he was in jail or something, and then Eddie just said, come work for me, and he started working for Eddie.
Yeah, when Eddie was on Jimmy, he praised him, like, that's my older brother.
And Eddie said that was the first impression he had ever done.
Yeah.
So I think the media try to make it out whatever it is, but they loved each other.
Yeah.
They were brothers. They loved each other. They had a good mom, who loved them, and a couple dads went through there that loved them. Yeah. So they grew up in a loving home. They all this BS show business didn't puncture that. That's that's important that you don't let this business or anything you do come between you and because you only got family.
Yeah.
Because
in Hollywood, we'll try to come in and break it up.
And I don't care what they were going through. Eddie's hurting.
Yeah.
He lost his brother. And just like condolences go out to that teacher, what was her name?
Smith.
Yeah, who her ignorant, crazy ex-husband or his strange husband killed her and the little 8-year-old boy and then shot himself. And I was telling the audience last night, telling these women, I'm like, and men too, spend that extra $8 for that background check. You know how you click on to see,
right?
You click on somebody's name,
right?
And it's usually $8 more to go deep. Do that.
But is it going to serve its purpose? Is it going to help?
Well, you'll have some history.
But they still going to make up their mind because that person can say, you know what, that was my past. I'm not that person anymore. I don't trigger that easy.
Yeah, but then when it does surface, you'll say, oh, okay, this is, when you don't know, you don't know. But when you know, you can like, all right, wait, hey, that's,
right.
That's, you were, because he had some cases. He had like 30 other cases against him.
Yeah, but
that's a red flag.
Right, what he did, it was just a combination of everything. She's experienced, that first violent episode where she should have walked away.
Yeah, they said they knew each other 4 years before they got married.
Right, they dated.
There had to be some.
So that first night, he fucked up the apartment, did whatever he did. That was okay. What I have based on all of this, yeah.
And not saying anything about her. I'm just saying people in general are lonely and they want to be with someone.
Right.
No, I get it. A lot of times we ignore the red flags to stay in the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Because you want to give that person the benefit of the doubt. You want to say, you know what? Okay, maybe. And then it comes back to that battered woman syndrome or that battered syndrome and say, well, maybe I did contribute to this. Maybe I was the cause of this. So I have some blame in this. So he wasn't entirely wrong. You know, I kind of provoked him or agitated him. So I take the blame in some of that. So, okay, he said he's sorry. He apologized. He's crying, you know, so I'm going to give him another shot. And then when it happens again, it's just that repeat cycle.
No, see, that's why it's important to have a father who's like, hey, baby, no, we done with this. Come on. You got to go get him. You got to go rescue him. You got to go bring him away from that. You got to. And I know it's easier said than done.
Right, because then you got the resistance.
You gotta.
I mean, I had a family member whose daughter was in an abusive relationship, and then he got involved. You know, went over. You know, shook the guy up or whatever. But his daughter ended up going back with the guy. So, you know, my cousin was like, he's not going to go to jail behind keeping. You know, when she's going to keep going back to the guy.
Right.
He straightened him out once. What's he got to do? Kill the dude? I mean, so what can you do when they're grown?
You come up missing.
Well, I mean, the thing is, across the street from my mom's house is a young, attractive girl. Her boyfriend was abusive. So her father put hands on the young man. Just kind of shook him up saying, you can't do this to my daughter. You cannot do this to my daughter. I'm not going to tolerate this. So what the young man did, came back in the middle of the night, broke into their house, shot the father, killed the mother, cut the brother's throat, and then he stabbed her like 5 or 6 times. You can pull up and look at that. And then he went on the run. So, I mean, if you have all the preventative measures there, I mean, something still can happen.
You got to recognize crazy when you see it.
Yeah, you do.
You got to recognize crazy, and you just got to. Hopefully, you've raised that
child. Yeah, you really got
to
peep conversation too, because
now,
I was talking to a guy about his relationship with somebody, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, well, if she ever leaves me, I'll kill her." There's no way. I was like, if he ever tried to get at me.
Did you tell her?
I don't know her.
Oh.
No, he said if we were to get a divorce and she took my shit, I would kill her.
Wow.
You know, when I first came out here, you know the crazy one I dealt with.
Yeah.
Pauline.
Yeah.
Did she say she'd kill you if you
leave her? It was just, I came home with from playing ball with Robin, and all my shit was in the pool. And I was like, and you had told me, he's like, yo, you got to get out of that. You got to roll from that. And I moved.
Now, could your clothes swim?
Nah, they drowned. All my suits and my gaiters. But you got to recognize that shit, though.
We have a caller, as POTUS says.
Just
I'll pull up some signs, too.
Hey, caller.
Hey, it's Chris from Connecticut.
What up, Chris? How you doing?
Man? So before you get started, did you prep yourself for it?
Prep myself for what?
For your joke that you're gonna do on me? Did you make yourself laugh?
Nah, I ain't really get it.
Did you practice? Did you go over in your mind a couple of times that this is gonna be, because one time you're gonna call in and it's gonna fall flat.
All right, let me try. Let me see what I got.
All right.
I don't know. You and Lou looking like some milk duds tonight.
Okay.
See, and it was this time. See.
Now, Chris, you're a Christian guy, right?
Christian? Well, growing up, yeah, but
okay.
I'm more spiritual now.
Oh, that's Aaron Gladman. That's the Christian.
The Christian, okay.
So, how's everything, man? Happy Good Friday and Easter and all that?
Same to you, I guess. But, it's just
this dude.
Beautiful day in Florida, and I'm home today, and my kids are home today, too, so it's
that's cool.
Kind of a laid-back day.
Something just happened in Florida. What was it?
Trump down there again for the weekend.
Huh?
It's I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm not a news junkie as much as I used to be.
No. And how's work?
It's going all right. Probably thinking of a career change because my body's been getting dinged up a lot lately.
Now, did you get the kids their Easter outfits yet?
Oh yeah, they haven't. But I just nowadays as I get older, I just find it I want to, after this, going into like the summer and stuff, I want to just become more spiritual instead of just going to church and not really knowing the meanings behind the things that I'm preaching and getting my kids dressed up to do this, and I'm just not as sheep-minded as I used to be anymore.
Now, how old are your kids again?
My son's 6 and my daughter's 2.
Oh, so that y'all
Okay, so
gonna
now
dress the girl up.
Yeah. So are y'all going to church Sunday?
Yeah, we're going to church on Sunday. I mean, but it's I feel like I'm becoming more like my father as I get older. He was more. He always questioned stuff as he, just everything.
As he got older, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is it something that you want to do, or you just going to appease the family and the wife and all of that?
Kind of like both. It's just, I feel like black men, our lives are different than everybody else, and I feel like most of the stuff around us is not for us. Honestly, it's not. I'm not comfortable with just doing something that everybody else is doing just because somebody told me to do it, and I don't even understand the meaning of it myself.
Wow, that's a good point. Now, I wanted to ask you, Chris, we were about to talk about petty things you're broken up over.
Petty things?
Yeah, what have you broken up with a girl, and why did you?
Yeah, it's funny. 10 years ago when I graduated high school, the thing me and the girl I was with at the time broke up about. She was mad because I was going away to college, but my mom tells me all the time it's good that I dodged that bullet, but the petty thing was that she wanted a street guy. She wanted somebody that was like, selling drugs and this and that, and she had a problem with me being educated, and not just educated, but just wanted to just further my life. And
she wanted a thug.
So she got mad because you were going to college?
Because I was going to college.
Now, how did she express that to you?
Just what most women do when they don't want to, when they...
Nigga, you trying to get an education. I ain't fucking with you.
They just trying to, just starting like petty stuff, just saying I'm disrespectful because I do my homework too much, or
hilarious,
or just stupid stuff.
You got straight A's.
Wow.
And just looking back at it, it's like, that it's people, women, not even just teenagers, but just grown women that still had that mentality. Y'all was talking about that last week. It's like women, they'll have more respect for a garbage man than a dude that's like really out here living his life, educated and getting a career. And like women got a problem with that, especially with black men. So it's yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, you've been married how long?
Going on 6 years, and on June 17th, it'll be 6 years.
Did you, when you and your wife were dating, did you guys break up at any point?
In the beginning, just because, I don't know, just like petty argument stuff. But in the beginning, nothing like irrational, like me cheating or me anything domestic or nothing like that. Just being children at the time, honestly, my freshman year of college, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good time. That's always a good time to break up when you're freshman in college.
Yeah, and it's just
new environment, new experience.
Yeah, you want to get that. You should. That's the time. If you're gonna break up, you should.
That college life.
Yeah, get that in. So once you do,
sow them oats.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed that call from Willie about how some guys it's guys that could deal with being a father in a turbulent relationship, and then the guys that they just walk out and don't even look back. It's just people that's just built different. That's a interesting topic. I'm glad y'all brought up, because I know a lot of guys, it's just their kids is like they babysit their children, if that makes sense, as opposed to just being an active father. They look at being a father as a chore.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know guys who never seen their kids?
Absolutely. So I know guys who never seen their kids. I know one of my childhood friends, pretty much a kid I've known my whole life. He grew up with his father, and his father stayed with their mother, and his father, the house that they grew up in, their father built the house from scratch because he was a contractor. He built the house from scratch. Father was involved with them, and it's pretty much damn near the perfect father. But all of the sons still ended up, taking that street life and getting in trouble. So I was always intrigued by that story. Like, they had a good father, but they still chose to go down the wrong path for whatever reason.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah,
that kills that myth. So, who's cooking dinner? Easter dinner? Your wife or you guys?
Oh, we both cook, so it's not. I don't really got that. Fortunately, I don't got that problem with it, but but usually both of us cook, and so.
All right.
That's
Well, have a good Easter, Chris from Connecticut. We'll tell TDP you called with a whack joke.
Yeah, with the milk duds.
And respect to you and the family, man. Have a good day, Sunday.
Before I go, I just want to let John Lemon
here it comes.
Happy chemo holiday.
That's a callback. So hey, that's a callback. Chris, are you about to say something?
No, I was gonna continue your conversation about women ignoring red flags of a relationship. One of the clues is that he refers to all his exes as bitches or sluts or tramps.
It's a good point. Yeah, if he just
of all of his girlfriends are that way. If he refers to all of them in a bad way.
Okay, and what's another one?
Shows up unannounced and uninvited.
Now shows up
job.
Where? To your job.
Yes.
Aggressive when other men.
And we
come
seen
around.
that happen in San Bernardino.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he was smooth when he got in that one.
Well, that was no one's fault because, of course, if your husband comes, nobody's going to question that.
Yeah.
She didn't. Apparently, they said that she didn't.
She didn't forewarn the school that they separated or what they were going through, whatever.
Yeah, that's always important to let your people at work know that you're having issues, and please be aware
that if he shows up.
Yeah.
They say if you go out without him, he assumes you're with another man.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes that's true, but I'm with you.
Well, now can't the list apply to females as well?
Yeah.
I mean, because it can apply. It's both ways. Because some guys come across some women that's crazy and nuts as fuck.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. What else? He or she? Go ahead.
10. Here's 10. Oh dang. Sorry. 10 relationship signs you should never ignore. They can't stop telling you how perfect you are. You're so perfect. Do you tell Code 3 that all the time?
No, I sometimes I call her
wonderful.
Dusty. I'm like, you dusty today. Oh. So in a playful way, but
is that with or without the gun?
That's interesting because I have a thing where I don't go to the perfect, but I acknowledge the good things about you because I know some women have a self-esteem thing.
Yeah.
Like I tell my daughter all the time, you're beautiful. I tell her, but if there's some truth need to be told, if there's some truth, I would tell Code 3, like we had the whole, I had to tell her that, listen, let me be me. I'm not going to be chatty all the time. I had to tell us to stop expecting me to be chatty around your girlfriends.
Oh, when you was taking that drive?
Yeah, that's not who I am. I'm not that way, so stop,
Right.
and then, so we have our little run-ins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but if there's certain things I want to acknowledge about her, I do.
But they don't build up and escalate into, like, major arguments or anything.
What, me saying, that's just interesting, like you say, don't tell her she's perfect, but that's a fine line there, I guess the key word is all the time.
No. I went on to that guy that killed his wife.
Facebook?
Cedric, his Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And he was putting out videos like that. My wife is so perfect. She's an angel. She's this, she's
that. Now, can
that.
you pull up his Facebook?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see that, and just so we can get an idea of the craziness. I mean, I know it's...
Yeah, so that makes sense. If that item is on the list, that you're always talking about how perfect the person is.
Yeah.
So...
But that happens a lot where people will praise each other, especially in the beginning of the relationship.
After a while, it'll be too much. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, okay.
Right, especially...
The other sign is that they rush into a new relationship too quickly. Like after the second date, you're already talking about plans for the future.
Right. Yeah. It was a couple last night at the show who had met online, and they had been dating 2 weeks. And I was grilling him and asking how long she had known him, and I was saying where do you work, and he kept saying huh. I was like, man, how many? I was like, what's your full name? Huh?
You hard of hearing?
And I was like, what's going on?
He might be hard of hearing.
And the audience was cracking up. I was like, oh girl, you need to get away from him.
Right.
He was just, and then he was nodding. I was like, oh girl, he's falling asleep. And he's probably on heroin.
Okay, what about the relationships with their parents?
You mean the girl or the guy?
Do you think if the person, girl or guy, has bad relationship with their mom or dad or both, could they have a healthy relationship with someone else?
It depends on where it's coming from. Like some people have crazy mom or dad or sister. You know, you can listen to both sides. I'm into listening to both sides. And if they don't add up, then you in the relationship, then depending if you love this person, you say, all right, well, maybe you should give that some thought, and you can help that person say, hey, maybe you should, listen, or it's again, I'm with you that if they say it's always their fault or it's never their fault.
Right, but sometimes they're a product of their environment and their upbringing. It's like they tend to, go towards what they see all the time. So if a woman sees her mom aggressive towards her boyfriend and constantly yelling at him and all that, then she thinks, well, that's the thing to do.
Well, what
that's
about
the normal
men
thing to
that
do.
see their mother sleeping with a bunch of guys? That, I think, has a tremendous effect on how a guy sees other women, and probably would affect their relationship as well, I would think.
Yeah, I think everyone has an opportunity to grow as a human being, and it's really how much... We have a caller. Hey, caller.
What's up, man? It's Bubba from Portland, Maine.
Who from Portland, Maine?
Bubba.
Did you say Bubba?
Buck.
Yeah.
Buck.
What's up, man?
Hey, Buck, how you doing?
Hey, I got a question for John Lennon.
What's up?
Hey, John Lennon, y'all killing judges now, man, in Chicago?
You know what, man? That's where it's at, man. I mean, it's literally the Wild Wild West. I mean, it's all about survival there. It's all about survival there.
I heard that in the news they would kill the judge, man.
Yeah, it's a robbery.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's like, that's where it's been like that, but it's evolved and it's escalated to more now. It's like, I wake up, I'm hungry. I'm not going to bed with on an empty stomach no more. I got to get this. I got to get it. I'm not waiting. I got to get it now.
Somebody killed a judge?
Yeah.
That's that black woman, right?
There was a guy.
A guy?
Yeah.
Louis Dick.
Yeah.
I broke up with somebody because they wouldn't take a bath every day, man.
That's good. That's hygiene. There you go. That's that hygiene right there.
That's a great segue into the topic.
Yeah. I heard that, player. I heard that.
Y'all have a good day, brother.
All right.
Thank you, boy. Short, sweet, to the point.
That's a good point. We were talking. Hey, thank you for the call, bro. He sounded like an honest guy.
Oh, man. If you break up with a woman because she don't take a bath, yeah, that's honest.
Yeah, you got to take a bath. You got
You know?
You got it. I mean, we were talking about petty things that you would break up with someone.
What was yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
Your odor is important. You have to be clean.
Right.
I can't handle a girl that's not clean.
Right.
You can have a bad day, work out, but it can't be consistent.
Right.
I want my girl to smell good.
Right.
Just negativity. Constantly just negative.
And that was the reason that was a pettiness that broke up one of your relationships, was a constant negativity.
Oh, girl was just she just couldn't find anything positive in anything. I'm like, really, you just going to stay that way?
Right.
Playing games with giving me some.
Oh, yeah, that's always
that holding that, not knowing, especially if I'm a sexual person.
Right. And withholding shit and be like, nah, I want to get to know you, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
That's
even when you in the relationship, you still.
Oh yeah, they still like, I don't feel like it today.
Right,
Like, okay, all right.
And I'm an affectionate person, so if you're not, if you don't like,
Don't like fucking.
Yeah, it's just holding hands, just little stuff. It's the little stuff. If you don't, what irritates me is if you don't receive things well. Like if I give you flowers, if I give you, it's not important. Like Code 3 is really good at saying thank you. She's gotten me better at that.
For saying thank you?
Yeah, she's really good at saying thank you. Almost to a fault. She says thank you about every little thing.
Okay.
Thank you for opening the window.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for closing the window. Thank you,
Thank you for putting the toilet seat down.
She's getting, no, I never put it down. I always leave it up. I do that on purpose. That's one of my little. I will mess. I don't. She always. You don't.
You don't aim straight.
I don't put it down. All right, keep it up. I just want you to know I'm here. What about you?
I broke up with a girl when I was in high school. She wasn't athletic.
Hilarious.
I mean, she was one of those gorgeous girls, and it's like didn't want to sweat. It's like, no, let's go play tennis. She's like, oh no. I was like, you don't want to learn how to play tennis? No. It's like, all right, I'm in the park. Come play. Oh, well, it's too hot outside. It's like,
We were thinking about our producer was supposed to look it up, but she's not here, so I guess I'll look it up.
She's just everywhere today.
All
over the place.
Things that couples
break up over.
I don't know what she's doing.
Talking to somebody outside. They're more important than the show.
I mean, it's just this would TDP would say this would never happen on The View.
Yeah.
So top 10 reasons couples break up.
And what's the you want to go from
10.
the number 10?
Yeah, number 10.
Okay.
All right. And this comes from a couples counseling staff. Breaking up is hard to do until it's not. No one likes to see a good thing end. However, a good relationship requires a lot of hard work and patience. And the number one thing I believe, a good relationship you have to have a lot of patience.
And tolerance.
Yeah. Sometimes despite your frantic attempts to revive them, relationships simply take their last breath and die.
Now, are you patient in your relationship?
Now, I look at it this way. I think you become more patient if you really like the person. If you don't, if it's just a fad or you just hitting it, you're less patient.
If you really like the person, I think you have on rose-colored glasses. I think it's an infatuation period.
Now, if you really into that.
No, I don't think it's an infatuation. I think if you're a mature adult and you truly like someone, then you have to make the choice within yourself to say, I'm going to put work in. Meaning I'm going to look at my faults. I'm going to look at the other person's faults. I'm going to be honest about it. Because that's one of the most important things in a relationship is honesty.
Yeah, but it seems like you reach a certain age before you start thinking like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you reach a certain age, when you mature and you like,
right.
When you're young, you're young. Everything is young. Your young thoughts.
I have a couple of funny things that people broke up over.
Okay, that's good. All right.
Hang on, I'm sorry. I had him. Well, he smells like maple syrup all the time.
And that's usually now.
You said odors; it falls under that.
That's wow. That's a good one. Maple syrup. That's a good one.
She wore the same deodorant her mother wore.
Oh.
How does he know what deodorant his mom?
He probably knew the mother.
Okay.
Okay, here's one. She puts mustard on her fries by applying it on her finger first and then rubbing it on her fries and then licking her fingers. So would that fall under manners?
Yeah, that's
etiquette. Yeah.
So bad manners is a good.
Well, that just looks nasty.
Petty reason to break up.
That's just petty.
Bitch, you put mustard on your fries. I'm done.
Here's one. I asked him to bring a bottle of wine to go with dinner, and he bought raspberry arbor mist.
Is that a cheap bottle of wine?
Yeah, it's like a sparkling wine.
Wow.
Well, I mean, what did she make for dinner?
Yeah.
Probably steak if it's like red wine or something.
Somebody should have had hot dogs.
Yeah, they compliment that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You ain't the greatest cook. Shit.
Stupid. Every time we kiss, he says, "Yummy," like it was meant to be sexy.
That's funny. It's funny. I one time. It's funny.
Yummy.
Because one time that makes me think of one time Code 3 was in the shower, and she just kept going,
like the sound effects of the water.
I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, she had gotten some new soap, and it was so refreshing to her that she was expressing that refreshingness.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, who's in the shower with you? You don't do that when I'm on top of you. Nah. So I thought that was funny, but I wouldn't break up with her.
Okay. I don't know. She might have been doing something else in there.
So that water
might have that shower head.
Yeah, that shower head. Like,
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. You have any more?
What's this say? She put the spoon into the sugar jar after stirring it in her coffee, causing clumps in the sugar. That sounds like something that would annoy you, Lewis.
wow.
Yeah. People. Now that's something. Those are things that you got to get used to when you marry or move in with someone. The little things that they do.
The little annoying thing.
Yeah. They. Like Code 3 has a thing about you got to make the bed up before we leave the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to make the bed up. Now, I've adopted that now because before I leave my house, I make the bed up. At first, I never really was into making the bed up. Not that often. But now, unless I knew I had company coming over.
Okay.
But now I'm into, like
Making
she
the
won't
bed up.
leave she won't leave without the dishes being cleaned and put away.
Yeah, I don't like to leave my place messy, but sometimes I do because I work a lot. But
Now, is that part of the OCD?
Like,
Now,
I don't like to
you're
leave,
like that.
I don't like to leave dishes undone at night.
Jeff is like that. You can go over to Jeff's house and move something, and he'll come behind you and move it back. That's true. This is another caller. Okay, somebody called me.
Well, no, I mean, I've always been like that. I've always been neat and tidy. So, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I
cool.
can't stand clutter.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
Now, one of the things that I had, the reasons that couples break up, if number 10 was infidelity. Now, people often assume cheating is one of the primary reasons why relationships fail. Contrary to popular belief, there's only about a 6% chance of infidelity in any given year of a modern relationship. Now, these statistics are based on heterosexual couples, and that number rises to 25% over the life of a relationship. While it may not be the main cause for a relationship ending, cheating is still poisonous. Once another person enters the relationship, it is typically difficult to regain trust and stability in order to move forward.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Number 9 is low self-esteem. In love relationships, self-esteem is necessary for both partners to feel valued and secure. When one partner has low self-esteem, he or she may not feel confident or secure in the relationship. Individuals with low self-esteem do not see their own worth and may stay longer in an unhealthy relationship than those with a higher sense of self-worth.
Well, I mean,
So you have the strength to break out.
yeah. But you can also say that the causation of that, too, is, you can attribute that to infidelity. Because, if a person cheats, then that makes you feel like, okay, you went to something that was better than me. So then that person's self-esteem, it lowers.
Right.
Because you went to something that you assumed or you thought or perceived to be better than me. So now how do I get back to where you once viewed me as?
And I think men handle cheating differently than women.
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Men, I'm sure women too never forget. Men very seldom forget. And it takes a lot of maturity to let it go.
Yep.
Bad habits. Early on in a relationship, partners often see one another through, like she was saying, rose-colored glasses. No matter what outsiders say, their partner is as close to perfect as one could be. He or she can do no wrong. After the honeymoon phase, bad habits become clearer. These can range from slightly bothersome traits such as leaving an underwear on the floor to highly destructive traits like compulsive lying or alcohol or drug abuse. The lying is not good because they always say what you do in the dark is going to come out in the light.
It's a light. And when you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie to cover that first lie.
And then you always go back to what was when they said that, were they lying and all that.
At what point were you lying,
Yeah.
Because now you're convincing me, you're lying to convince me that you wasn't lying.
And that's when you know you truly love someone, when you can just be honest with them. Like, this is what happened. Complacency. That's number 7. Another cause for relationship problems is complacency. One or both partners may feel like the relationship, like relationship is simply standing still and no longer going anywhere.
Right.
This also happens after the honeymoon phase is over. At first, both partners are learning and growing and surprising one another. Over time, they fall into a rhythm. For some, this rhythm is a good thing. For others, it's a sign marked dead end. That's why I think it's always important to surprise her, take flowers to her job, and make sure you keep her, just little things.
Yeah, the thing that I was trying to tell, Willie, is the walks.
Right.
Is the walk holding hands. You spending that time just, talking. How was your day? What's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm always Coach always asks me tell me about your day. I'm like, oh. And the only issue with that is when I am working, that day is consumed of talking.
Right.
So I really don't want to talk. Because women, she can talk. Women can talk. Women can talk. Women can talk.
Now, do you give a abbreviated version of your day? Like, it was all right, it was cool.
I say it was great. You know what I say, actually? She says, tell me about your day. How was your day? I said, it's perfect because I ended with you.
And does she buy that?
No, she usually asks me again, tell me about your day. But I always say, it's perfect. And I mean that. It's becoming that way to where I look forward to ending it with her. Smelling like coconut.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Or maple syrup.
No, it's coconut. She got some kind of coconut thing going. I really don't like coconut either, but I guess it mixes with her brownness. Control issues. An uneven distribution of power can promote trouble in love relationships, too. This relationship problem can rear its head in a number of ways and may even go on for years before one partner decides enough is enough. Control issues may include one partner making all the decisions without consulting the other, manipulation, controlling the money, and requiring that the other partner ask them when cash is needed, requiring that one's partner check in or ask for permission before going out with family or friends.
Are you a controller?
No. I'm a controller to the extent of no, you go ahead and do what you want and all that, but don't give up my time to some guy who you don't know. It's not family. Don't go, like, if a guy calls and says, I remember one time when I was married, we're laying in bed and the phone rings early in the morning. So I pick it up. Yo, this was when they had house phones before cell phones. Oh. Hello, hey. It's Alicia. Who's this? It's such. What do you want? Who are you? Well, I was the one that she said she's going to give me a ride to the airport.
Oh, I remember that.
Man, click, and she was trying to get upset. How you going to take him to the airport? Who, and then I was like, I had to try to explain to her, you're going to get up early, drive some other guy to the airport. What's on my way to work? Drive him to the airport and take away that time from your kids and me? No. He's a grown man. He can get somebody else to take him to the airport.
They got cabs. They got the LA shuttle for that.
So that's my thing too about, don't take away
your time. Yeah,
or your kid's time for some random person.
Right.
Because you just want to be that nice. No, that's my time. So that might be considered a control issue.
You got to call her.
Yo, Lou.
Yo,
one more time, man.
What
First
up,
of all, let me say this right quick. When you was in school, the kid who sat in the back of the class and the teacher would be reading a book and she'd be pointing the nigga out in the back of the class to read this chapter.
Yep.
Or paragraph. That's how you read, Lou. You read like that nigga in the back of the class who really don't want to do this shit. But first of all, second of all,
oh shit,
about the breakup shit.
Now I was the guy that enjoyed reading.
Listen, Lou, before I go, I broke up with a girl one time because, matter of fact, not break up, because my first relationship was my baby mama. I say cut the choach off. I took this girl to Chipotle, and we ate some salads and shit. And right after we left, she wanted to kiss with tongue. And I'm like, ew, I got food I got black beans in my teeth and shit. She kissing me and shit. I didn't like that. I cut that choach off. Another girl, I was over her house, chilling for a whole Saturday. She took a shit with the bathroom door open. Cut that choach off.
Yeah.
And The third girl, her feet was cool. But when you know how girls paint their toenails,
Mm-hmm.
and the toenail polish start fading, and it's just like
Chipping
half a
away.
toenail paint there. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was comfortable with walking around with that shit.
Yeah.
I said, you cut. I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I am. So I'll talk to y'all later, man.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Those are good ones,
Go
though.
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Number 2, because girls love some reason talking to you while they doing number 1.
So he broke up with a girl because she was late on a pedicure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess she didn't like them little crusty feet.
I wear socks if I need one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she felt
Yeah.
comfortable and too relaxed. You know, like I don't.
But
like,
I want a man that if my pedicure is late, he ain't tripping off. I don't like my toenails being long. I don't mess with that. But it might be a little growth between the polish and the cuticle. You gonna break up with me over that? Oh my
Some
God!
dudes,
Yeah, that's pretty
I got a buddy
sensitive.
like that. Yeah, he like that. I got a homie in Chicago. He like that. He like, I met you, your nails was done, and it's like you should keep that up. If you don't, it's like, I'm done.
Now, code 3 is not into. She has to brush her teeth after she eats. Before she kisses.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying that's something that she does. She has to wash her face and brush her teeth right when she gets up. And then she'll come in and kiss you and all that.
Oh.
I don't know what that's about. That's Cole. He talking about my reading skills. Punk.
What's the next item?
Conflicting goals. Many love relationships fail to survive because the two partners are going in separate directions in their lives. Perhaps they once shared the same life goal, and those goals have since changed. For example, one partner may have made drastic changes in religion or political views, whether children are desired, or even where in the world where he or she would like to live. In a compromising relationship, the couple may be able to reach an agreement on these factors. However, depending on how rigid these goals are for both partners, it may be a warning sign for incompatibility. Yeah, they say you have to agree on big decisions.
Right.
No one partner can overrule the other. Like if you're going to have children, you both should agree.
On that.
Definitely with children, but I think a lot of people jump into relationships and they don't even consider each other's life goals.
Right.
Yeah,
They're just going.
Yeah, and then and that's always an issue. Then when a person starts sending up smoke signals and being upset that you're doing this, you're like, you knew what I was doing. This is what I do.
Now, do you go into a relationship with a person's political views because they may be different from yours?
Well,
Or do you try to keep that out of that relationship?
No, I think we assume if you're a black person, I'm a black person, that we're Democratic. You just not saying that's true, but you assume that we both would vote for Hillary. We both believe in the civil rights. Now, I think once you get into
religion,
you would mostly assume that the person is Christian like you. But if they have a Muslim name, then of course you now have to have dialogue. And again, if you go into a different race, normally if you dating a white girl, you thinking, you start, those things come up more, I believe. Yes, caller.
Yes, Chris from Connecticut again.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? My wife actually wanted me to call back in because we got it on the radio in the house listening, and you brought up a good point about what happened with you with your wife when another dude called, and that's like a mind trick. I feel like some women, sometimes men do it too. They play like a game to where they pretty much want to get caught cheating, or they wait for you to react so they can say something. So, and that's a scenario which you were talking about where a dude called you in the morning and say he picking up your wife knowing that dude knows that's like you can't do that. That's like a unwritten rule. You can't call and ask somebody else's wife to give you a ride. But in your wife's psyche, at the time, she probably wanted you to say something so she could start calling you jealous, controlling, and possessive, when in reality you're just reacting to her foolishness. And I feel like a lot of women do that stuff. They do stuff deliberately so you could react to it, so they could go around and start telling people, oh, he's controlling. And
oh no, yeah, that's what it was. It was, I was controlling, and I didn't let her live her life, and she has the right to do it. And I'm like, well, you know what, you got the right to go ahead and not on my watch. You know, you can do it on somebody else's watch.
Yeah, I've seen that so many times. The reason my wife told me to call, she gave me the order to call because, like, when I know a lot of married couples, and I see a lot of stuff that these dudes go through, and it's just like it's almost blatant disrespect what some of these like people do. Like, it was one time when there was actually a friend of mine. He was they were looking for apartments, and when they were looking for apartments, the wife she had one of her, I believe it was her I'm not sure if it was her supervisor, but it was a male friend. The male friend was helping her look for apartments, so they were going around. The guy found the apartments, and he was showing it around to the wife. Like, but the husband wasn't incorporated in it. The wife and her male friend found a house and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's my thing is it's my time. I've earned this. I'm paying bills. I'm working hard. I'm loving you. I'm dealing with your parents who are crazy, et cetera, et cetera. Now you're going to let just Joe blow. You're going to get in the car, maybe have an accident. And that's what I told her. I was like, something happened to you. Because
I'm the one that got to come there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a catch-22 because, and this is the part where I say, like, this is like a trick that nobody talks about. And not to be sexist, but women do this, especially married women. It's like, so in that situation, like...
Are you speaking from experience?
No, but this is something that I've witnessed. Honestly, subliminally, I'm talking about my brother. But it's,
I know.
It's like...
I figured that one out, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. So in a lose situation, and what I watched happen with my brother is like, if the dude doesn't say nothing, then she's going to take it well. What she's going to say when the argument happens is, well, you didn't say nothing, so I kept doing it. If he does say something, now it's going to be, well, you too controlling and jealous, and you're not letting me live my life, and this and that. And it's so sad, like, what you see, like, some, especially the young black dudes around my age group. But these dudes, they get taken advantage of. It's like, if she gonna cheat, it's like, you can't do nothing. If you don't say something about it, you soft. If you say something about it, you crazy and controlling, and I need somebody that's gonna give me space and da-da-da-da-da.
The Jedi mind game, yep.
The Jedi mind trick is just, and when Lou bring that up, I can't tell you how many times I've seen that, where it's the disrespect and the reaction now becomes the problem. There's not the situation. It's like, you reacted and I think you're crazy now, da-da-da-da, and now I want a guy that's going to treat you with respect, even though he's acting crazy and reacting a certain way based off of your actions.
Yeah, and one of the things I realized too, Chris, is that what happens is the person who's the good person usually in the end ends up happier. Because I know my ex is just unhappy right now. She's just sad.
Why?
He's actually dating a nice female now. She's from the Middle East, a tick boom, but she's also a chemical engineer. So it's true. He actually came out and
he came out better on that one.
Yeah,
I mean, and the dude she was cheating with, he got back with his wife, and now she's pretty much chasing the dude that was sending her the dick pics and stuff. So that experience like opened my eyes to, like, you know, the harsh realities of black marriage, honestly.
Yeah, and it's what they say, you reap what you sow. I mean, right now,
Karma's a bitch.
She's sitting in that house by herself, you know, and and I'm
Is
happy
she calling
as a
you?
lark. No, I mean, we treat each other with respect. I mean, I still, she's a beautiful person because she's my kid's mom, but on that other tip, as far as relationship-wise, there's no relationship there. I root for her in respect to my children because I want them.
You got to get back at her, Lou, by just loving Code 3. You got to wine and dine her. And
right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I say. I'm happy and healthy. I look forward to sliding in with Code 3. It makes I'm chipper when I go in the house and I see Code 3. I'm dancing and singing. I'm happy.
Exactly. And let's just keep it G's. It's just women hate. The worst thing a woman can see is another dude.
That nigga sucker for love.
Yeah.
For love,
hey, listen.
Sucker for love.
Thanks, Chris, for the call.
They can say what they want, Chris. You just stay happy with your wife because everybody wishes.
Getting mad because it's true.
I'm not getting mad, but you're awfully long-winded.
No, I like Chris. Hey, Chris.
He's trying to sneak that joke in. That's why.
Chris, you keep being long-winded. That's all right. And tell your lovely wife we said hello, man.
Let her call in next time.
Make sure you love Code 3. And my wife, she's enjoying the show, and we listening.
She's a good woman. She see what I'm saying? When women listen,
she put up with him.
Thank you.
Yeah,
she put up with him. She cool.
Chris is cool.
Yeah.
And Chris seems like he's soft-spoken in the house. He's not a yeller. I'm sure he has his moments. But
he called back.
Well, because his wife told him
Yeah.
to. That's how you keep it. You do, and then they actually spend, because he's in where, Florida now.
Yeah.
So for them to spend that afternoon, they get the spring break, they get time together. That's important. It's important to spend those off hours with the one you love, and as opposed to, she's gonna go shopping soon anyway. So
that's cool.
That's always good. Shout out to that family. It's hard work, man. People don't realize how not hard, but how consistent the work is to love someone the right way.
Yeah, it's a lot of compromise.
And trust me, the payoff is excellent. It's
right.
no higher reward. Number 4 is social isolation. It is totally romantic to always want to spend time with your partner and never be without them. No. Still, love relationships require space. I believe in an outside socialization to develop healthy relationships. Problems may emerge if being together has caused one or both partners to distance themselves from family and friends. Yeah, you gotta. I always encourage people to have things to do outside, then come back. You just go do it. Enjoy your friends. They always have, and girls are good like that because they always got group girlfriends.
So
guys,
how much
usually got
time
one
do
or
you
two
find
guys.
yourself wanting to be away apart from code 3 throughout the day?
Well, no, I think it's important. I don't during the work hours. Yeah, I expect to be away from you 8 to 10, 12 hours. I mean, as long as I get, I want to. I look forward to being with you in the evening when the downtime, around, having dinner. I think it's so important to sit down and have a meal with people that you love.
Right.
Kids, why? Because that's just a time when you can decompress and talk about your day and get a feel about how the person's feeling. And then you can even go away for a couple hours, then come home and get in bed with them, But I think it's important.
So are you making a point now to have dinner every night together?
We try.
Okay.
Yeah, we try.
Okay.
We try, or at least have some popcorn.
Okay.
Sit and have some popcorn. Like tonight, it's a movie night. We're going to watch a movie. Unless something, and that's the thing, we plan that, but if something comes up, like she'll say, hey, something came up, I got to do, okay, cool. But it's okay because we planned it, and then we might not get to a movie, but, as long as, your hugs are for real,
right.
I think you just got to put work in. It's got to be important to you. Like my sister always said, if you care for the person, it's important. It's important for me to see Code 3 happy.
Right.
And if I'm not the contributing factor to that, that's okay. Because I know where I'm okay with that, as long as she's having a good day. Because some people are into, she enjoys work. I would too if I carried a Glock. Abuse. Physical abuse signals an unhealthy partnership that should not continue. However, other more subtle forms of abuse, such as emotional and verbal, can prompt someone to want to get out. It's important to remember that no form of abuse is ever right. If you feel unsafe in your relationship, ending it is the healthiest choice.
Have you ever been in an abusive relationship?
Not physically.
Not physically?
But it's hard to say if I was in one emotionally, because I don't. I think men can be emotionally abused, but I think that happens more on the women's side. I think
I've been in
where women can just not care. You?
In my marriage, I was.
Did she hit you or something? Or
yeah, she hit me once.
Mm-hmm.
She hit me once, but then it was like I became emotionally withdrawn.
No.
And it was just like at that point, it's like I care less than fuck what you do. It's like I don't care.
Well, that's when it really gets painful, when you know that person doesn't care. That's
so I mean, and that's one of the things that she always said to me is like, you really never cared, and I can. You're absolutely right. It got to the point where I stopped caring. I stopped loving.
That's what hurts a person really, when a person just doesn't. When you move, and then it's healthier when you don't, and then move on.
Yeah.
And it they don't get you the way they used to get you. Number 2 is finances. The money itself usually isn't the reason to part ways. Instead, couples tend to break up over continuous disagreements about their finances. These run for the scope of exercise of excessive spending, debt, or risk-taking activities such as gambling, plus extended periods of debt can wear on a romantic relationship, especially when one partner blames the other for their circumstances.
Now, you the type, You don't come home and get your paycheck up, do you?
No, I don't. You mean when I was married?
Yeah.
When I was married, I mean she had her own account. Mine was the house. I took care of everything in the house.
Okay.
And so she had she was in the banking.
Right.
So, she was in banking. So I didn't I had the philosophy where money wasn't important to me. Because someone told me all the time, 999 ways to make money. So I wasn't going to get caught up in watching the money and monitoring it and all that. So I never wanted that to rule me, So, I paid all the bills and everything, and then she watched out for herself, and that was a lesson learned, But I think going forward, I think both people should come in clearly debt free. Make sure that you're both debt free. And that once you get married, you combine your funds. But what I come in with and what you keep. If you have a home, that home should stay. I would sign it so that home stays. All of your stuff stays you.
Yeah.
Your 401s and all that, and then mine stays mine. And then if you have children, I have children. We both take care of our kids and all that. That has to be put in order first.
Yeah. What I was told that when I was married is like, I should give my money to her. She straight up told me that. She was like, this is what my dad, my dad used to give my mom the paycheck and my mom. And I was like.
Is this fences?
Yeah, but it was more or less like I was trying to be like, okay, it takes two to run a household.
Mm-hmm.
So, we should combine the bills, split the bills and all that. And she was like, well, what kind of man are you and all that? And I'm like, I'm a hustler. I'm going to handle either way. I'm saying, but, contribute. She was like, well, no, you pay all the bills. And, and do this and do that. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I keep my money. So from that point on, I was just like, okay, there's no sense of us mixing money.
Right.
There's no sense of us mixing money. I'm going to make sure the house is always straight. So when you come in, there's hot water, the lights are on, you got your cable for your religious channels, all of that. The mortgage is paid, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got your money to do what you want to do. So I'm going to do what I want to do with my money.
Right.
And that created a problem. That became a big problem because she was like, you should do this and you should do that. You should get my hair done. I'm like, bitch, you work.
Right.
You should take care of yourself. Get your, because, you said that this is how you wanted it. You set it up that way.
Right.
So, yeah.
Go ahead, poetess.
Do you think that it's okay for each partner in a relationship, in the marriage, I should say, have their own bank accounts and their own hobbies, their own individuality?
Well, I mean, I learned the hard way.
She has hers, you have yours, and then you have
a joint.
Right.
Right. I mean, I learned the hard way because we set up to where we had a joint savings account. And then when shit went south, she went and wiped it all out. And she, and didn't leave me with anything.
Yeah, so, see, my thing is that you can't take the money out unless you both sign.
And we had it set up like that, but, she was such a great manipulator. She knew how to go around that, and she could forge my name because she can say, well, he's in the car, and she took the document out and brought it back. So, I mean, she had a way. So that was a learning lesson for me. So I would be like, a lot more skeptical to do it the next time.
Yeah, well, that's why it's important to get with a woman who got her stuff together. Then, poor communication is the number one. Communication has been touted as the single most effective attitude of a successful relationship. On the other hand, it is also the biggest reason why couples break up. According to your Tango.com survey of mental health professionals, 65% of divorces were initiated as a result of communication problems. Furthermore, 45% of relationships fail because of an inability to resolve conflict. Yeah, I could see that. Communication is the most important part. You got to be able to talk. You got to be able to understand. You got to be able to call her. You hear on the communication part. Hello?
Hey, what's going on, Louis Dix and Jeff Arnold?
What's up?
Hey, this is D Cause, man. Long time listener, second time caller.
D?
And I think, yeah, D Cause.
Hey, what's up, D Cause?
Because welcome back, yo.
Hey, thank you, man. I think I have a first for you guys on this one.
Sure.
I got my 9-year-old son here, and he doesn't listen to the whole show, but he watches me, and he's like, call in. His name is Jordan. Yeah, he suffers from Asperger's syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
So, and but he knows a lot of things, man. But this is a man's world, and I'm really into raising my kids and stuff, man. And you guys are very inspirational to me. And I just want to. He wants to say hi to you guys, if that's okay.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah,
of
what's
course.
up, Jordan?
All right. Hold on.
Hi.
Hey, Jordan, how are you?
Good.
What are you up to today, man?
Huh?
I said, what are you doing today? What are you up to today?
I'm about to go get my hair cut at 4:30.
Oh, okay.
Are you? Whoa. So you have a lot of hair or a little bit of hair?
A little bit of hair.
You have a little bit?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Now, are you on spring break from school?
No, not. I was on spring break. Now I'm not anymore.
Are you back? What's your favorite subject?
I think.
What did he say? You think?
You think. Thanks. Now, you having fun with your dad today?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you have breakfast today?
No, we didn't have breakfast.
You had lunch?
Yeah, I ate some popcorn.
I had popcorn last night. I had cheese popcorn. What kind of popcorn did you? Yeah, I had cheese popcorn. It was good.
I had some regular popcorn.
Yeah? Did you pop it in the microwave?
No, my dad did.
Your dad did?
Okay.
You put it in a bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like cheese popcorn. I've been just eating cheese popcorn. I had it for breakfast, and I'm going to have it for dinner tonight. You know what you're going to have for dinner?
I don't know. I put hot sauce on my popcorn.
Whoa.
There you go. That's the man right there.
Yeah, that's a man.
That's the man right there.
You're
There
stronger
you go.
than me, man. You can put hot sauce in your popcorn?
There you go. He know how to eat popcorn.
Wow. That must be. Now, hey, listen, Jordan, are you excited about summertime coming up? No school?
Yep.
Yeah, what are you going to. You have plans?
I think I want to go swimming when summer starts.
Okay. Now, are you a good swimmer?
Yeah, I'm a good swimmer.
Yeah, I'm not. My daughter and son are good swimmers. I'm not a good swimmer.
You still can't swim?
I'm not a good swimmer.
You don't go in the deep end?
No. Are you better than your dad? Who's the better swimmer, your dad or you?
I am, but my dad don't swim.
Oh, okay. Snitch.
Jordan's the leader. Yay, Jordan.
Now, how do you spell your name? Do you spell it Jordan or DIN?
It's Jordan.
Okay, AN. Okay.
Jordan. Dag, Jordan.
right.
Hey, can you do us a favor? We really thank you for calling in, but can you do me one good favor?
What's your favor?
Can you give your dad a big hug for me and let him know you love him?
Yeah.
Because dads really like that, man.
I love you.
Okay. Right on.
Hey, have a good day, Jordan, and enjoy your swimming this summer, okay?
All right.
And call back anytime.
All right, man.
Okay.
Keep that hot sauce on that popcorn.
Okay.
All right. Hey, D, what a great call, man.
Oh, hey, man. I love you guys, man. And like I said, his sister is getting married tomorrow.
Oh,
okay.
I'm doing all the right things, man.
Well, continue, man. Continue, man.
well, we can feel that, man, because you got you got a good man there.
Thank you guys, man. I thank you for just taking this time, man, because I know a lot of people are like, man, hurry up, man. But, you know, this is a success story, man, because this dude didn't even talk until he was 6 years old.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
well,
Yeah.
hey, listen, he made us better today, and we appreciate you. Much respect, D. Hang in there.
And I'm always going to watch you guys, man. Hey, much love. Peace out.
All
All right,
man.
too. Take care.
Stay blessed.
All right.
And that's what Morris Media does. See, that's what Morris Media does. That's what it is. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so glad that we do this show. Got his little man with him.
Going to get a haircut.
Yep. Got him.
Sister getting married tomorrow.
Got some hot sauce on his popcorn.
Yo, that's life for him this weekend.
And he can swim. Man,
man. It's the good
I got to
life.
learn how to swim so I can go swimming with Jordan. That's the next thing. Hey, I'm Lewis Dix.
After all these years, you don't know how to swim. Wow.
I know, man. So
you can't go on a cruise.
No, I got a life vest. I can swim with a life vest. I'm Lewis Dix.
Jeff Arnold.
Thank you, Poetess.
Thank you.
TDP, we'll see you next week, homie.
All right.
Late.